So why did I buy a new tripod?
The eagle-eyed of you as well might have noticed I've got a new tripod. I'm going to do a video about that, why I bought that, and what I think about that soon at some point. But for this Scotland trip, I needed to get a new tripod.
You might remember that scene back from one of my Scotland videos where I said that I bought a new tripod. Basically, I wanted to create this video because I'm a bit funny about buying new equipment, because my whole mantra has always been you don't need the best equipment and the best camera and all that kind of stuff in order to take great pictures. But I want to stop feeling guilty about upgrading when I need to. So basically, when I started vlogging, I was using my 15-year-old tripod, and within a year I slipped on a rock and I smashed that into the rock next to the rock that I slipped on, and it wasn't sturdy, it wasn't usable anymore, which was a shame because it had a lot of sentimental value and it was a great tripod for the £18 that I paid for it however many years ago. It was a cracking tripod. So I upgraded. Well, I didn't really upgrade, I just bought a new tripod. It was a Prima Photo travel tripod off Wex for about 29 quid, I think. And that was always meant to be an interim tripod whilst I searched for a new one. And I always thought I would go, I always had this intention to go to the photography show this year in 2019 and get hands-on with some tripods there, have a look at some different manufacturers and sort of maybe get a decent one at a decent price, like a show price. But about a week before Scotland, I was getting all my gear ready and I noticed that on my Prima Photo tripod I was missing the bottom third section of the leg. It had dropped off somewhere, I've still not found it, I don't know where it is. And so the tripod wasn't that great to start with. It had no height to begin with and it wasn't very sturdy. It was always a bit all over the place. So I'd been at Ruddlesworth with Stephen Ballum and he just bought a new three-legged thing, Travis. So I had a quick look at that when I was with him. This was before I realised my tripod was broken, and that sort of got me interested in three-legged thing a little bit. So I did a bit more research and I ended up buying a Travis of my own. You see there, three-legged thing, Punk's range, Travis. And I'm really happy that I did. It stood up to Scotland, everything that I threw at it, all the weather at Scotland. And it's great, it's got some good height to it to start with, and that's without extending the central column. When that's extended, which I don't do that often, it's got some, it's as tall as me, which is great. It comes with a little tool there for tightening stuff up, and it does need a bit of tightening up now and again. I know that Stephen's had a few problems with his, but the good thing about three-legged thing is that they're a UK-based company, and Stephen told me that he'd lost a section or something, and they sent it out to him, a replacement next day, which is great to know. It's great to know that companies value their customers like that. I know that Mark McNeil is also part of the three-legged thing pro team, so he's got a much more pro version of what I've got now. But everything's great, all the twisty knobs and all that are really good. It's just the ball head's great on it. It seems to work well, and it seems to make life that little bit easier. And as I say, everything I threw at it in Scotland, it's great. It's got a little bit of sand when I extend the legs and stuff. It's got a little bit of sand in it from Crosby and Formby, so I could probably do with taking it apart. And obviously I've spent, it was 120 quid, 119 quid or something, but I think it's a good investment. Also, so I'm going to look after it. The other ones I didn't really look after as much as I probably should have done, but this investment in this is definitely something that I need to look after because it is a substantial amount of money. Also, when you bought certain models, three-legged thing, we're doing a promotion, I suppose, and you could get, this is Iggy, so that's Travis, and this is Iggy, and it's a mini tripod basically, but it's really good. My Joby mini tripod that I use for vlogging is slowly coming to the end of its life. I think it's starting to be broken more than it is fixed. So this is, I was looking for a replacement, so this is it's a good little replacement. I probably wouldn't have bought it by itself as it's 30 quid. It retails at 30 quid, but it can hold a camera, it can hold a DSLR, and I'll probably just use it for my GoPros and my action cams and stuff like that. But it's really good. It's basically a little version of what you get when you buy the big three-legged thing stuff. So I'm impressed with that. It's a nice little addition, that nice little freebie. Everyone likes a freebie. So yeah, bit of a random video. I just wanted to sort of, I said I'd make this video, and I didn't want people thinking, oh, he's forgotten, or he's got his new tripod, he doesn't talk about gear or anything. But I'm happy with my tripod. I think it is an upgrade, but also it was a necessary purchase in order to get the best from my Scotland trip. I'd put the diesel money into it, I'd got the insurance for the van, we'd put the time to get there and everything, and if I'd got there and my tripod wasn't working, then the pictures that I got probably wouldn't have been that good. Not saying that they were good, but they wouldn't have been as good. So hopefully you've seen the series from Scotland. If you haven't, please go back and watch that, and hopefully I'll see you on the next video.